An accountability assistant is going to be there when you don't have the time to be. An accountability assistant is going to support your business. It's going to give you free time so that you can dedicate that time to do more important tasks. And then he asked, Javier, but what is an accountability assistant? What is that? What are you telling me about? He asked me that. What is an accountability assistant? I remember that day. So, let's put it like this, okay? Let's say that you have a team. You have a team in place and you are a top producer, okay? So you have an amazing team in place, and because you are awesome, you are all the time focusing your team, trying to improve your team productivity. So you are going to take the time to train your team 2 or 3 times a week, okay? Let's say 3 times a week, okay? So you take the time 3 times a week, let's say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You are taking the time to train your team. But most of the time, because you are a top producer, you are very, very busy, and you are not always going to have the time to go over all the details with each one in your organization, with each one of your team members. You are not going to have the time most of the time to go and role play with them, for example. You are not going to have the time to check how each of them are doing, because you are going to be busy, okay? So you are not going to have the time to go on details with them every time they need you to do so. I mean, this is not possible because you have a lot of things to do, okay? That's when an accountability assistant comes in. An accountability assistant is going to have the time. He's going to have, for example, your KPIs. He's going to have your KPIs, and he's going to support each one in your team. He's going to check the progress of the task they have been given on the training, for example. He's going to maybe role play with them if they need it. He's going to support them, okay? Because this person also know what your team member are supposed to do as for example, the training, okay? An accountability assistant is also going to be able to assist them, let's say, to check details and progress in their, for example, in their buyer's presentation or in their seller's presentation, in their open house presentation, for example. Let's say that you have a new one in your team, okay? You have a new team member. And this team member, so he has just less experience, right? Just a little experience. So this accountability assistant is going to be there to support this new member of your team. Because let's face it, I mean, you as a top producer, you are not going to have the time. And most of your team members are also loaded with a lot of stuff they are doing in order to sell or buy houses, right? So that's when an accountability partner comes in. It's going to help you have more time, help you keep your team effective, and will help you grow.